Saturday, October 1st, Pitt State football heading to Arrowhead Stadium for the 10th installment of the annual Fall Classic against longtime rivals Northwest Missouri State. Fans enjoyed the atmosphere of an NFL venue before the game, and the teams both honored some of the Fall Classic's all-decade team during the contest. Both teams were 4-0 heading into the game, and Northwest came into the matchup as the number 1 ranked team in the nation, and their offense showed why early. 4 touchdowns by the Bearcats and a pair of Chase McCoy field goals for the Gorillas would make the score 28-6 at halftime. Gorillas down 22 points heading into the locker room. But Tim Beck's squad came out of the half charging. 3rd and 21 from about midfield, and Zach Dickey finding one of his main targets, John Brown. That's a 49-yard reception, and the Gorillas are on the move, 28-13. On the next Northwest drive, things looking good for the Bearcats as they move the ball down the field, but out of nowhere, here comes Jason Pete for the Gorilla secondary. He picks off Blake Christopher, and there's no stopping him after that. He brings it back for the score, 28-20, and we've got ourselves a ball game. Later in the fourth quarter, Gorillas with the ball, and it gets reversed back to Andrew Castaneda, who's playing wide receiver, but throws the ball down the field to a wide-open John Brown in the end zone. Touchdown Pitt State, and the score is 28-26 Northwest. After the touchdown, the Gorillas go for 2, and Dickey completes the pass to John Brown once again, knotting the score up at 28-28. The Bearcats would go 3 and out on the ensuing drive, giving the ball back to Pitt State with roughly 11 minutes left to go in the game. After driving his team down the field and setting up a 1st and goal with a long pass to John Brown, Zach Dickey would cap off a 7-play, 60-yard drive with a 1-yard run. Gorillas up 35-28. Northwest would score on their next possession, so the Gorillas get the ball back with a chance to win the game. After running some time off the clock and taking advantage of a Northwest penalty, the Gorillas were set up with the ball on the 9-yard line and 3 ticks left to go on the clock. Northwest out of timeout, so they're unable to ice the kicker Chase McCoy, who boots a 26-yarder for the win as time expires. Gorillas win the Fall Classic 38-35, the first time an MIAA team has beaten the Bearcats during the regular season since 2005.
When you're ever in a game like this, a football game, and you see a team that comes from behind like they did, that takes courage. It takes great coaching, and it takes good athletes, and they have those. Just tip my hat to those guys. I thought they did a great job, and it's a good football program, and that's a good football team we played today.
We didn't have any doubt in our mind that that we weren't going to. We go into every game, expecting to win. That's what we play for. You don't start a season, or you don't go into a competition where you don't expect to win. There's no fun in that. So we've been working since last year, since we played these guys at the end of the season, and it's a great feeling, but it shouldn't be a big surprise to us. I know it's a surprise to a lot of people. It shouldn't be a surprise to the team and the coaching staff, because we expected to do it all along.
You saw how and why they're scoring 65 points a game. They can score in flurries, and they can zip it up and down the field. And they were scoring so fast that, we kept telling our guys in the first half on the sideline, there's so much time before we get to halftime here, And so that's what we talked to them about at halftime. We went in and just said, hey, our guys were they were shell-shocked. And I said, we got to settle down. Offensively, we need to go out and score in either the first or second drive of the second half, and then get a 3 and out, or get the ball back to our offense. And if we can do that, we got a great chance to win this game. And I think some of them were thinking, we got to get out there and play harder. We're going to get blown out. And we talked about going and winning the game and believing that you could do that at halftime. And then our coaches did a great job of settling everybody down a little bit and talk to them about some constructive things that would help us get that done in the second half.
The Gorillas will take their 5-0 record on the road next Saturday to take on the Fort Hays State Tigers, with kickoff being set for 7 p.m.